Reflection is a fixing of the thoughts on something. It's like careful consideration. In physics, the definition is the return of light, heat, and sound after striking a surface, as we can see here in this glass of water on the black counter. The definition of refraction in physics is the change of direction of a ray of light, sound, heat, or the like in passing obliquely, meaning from an angle, from one medium into another in which the wave velocity is different. Like putting a green straw in a glass and seeing that the straw becomes angled at the point where the water and air collide. I believe we are a reflecting and refracting universe. In the same way that our reticular activating system scans for what's safe and unsafe, the universe reflects back to us our internal landscape through our external environment. Our experiences are the mirrors of our beliefs, assumptions, and patterns. Whatever we believe, assume, or ask for, the universe presents. What manifests in our life is simply an evidence of our request, whether conscious or otherwise. In fact, I think the answer to life is really simple. Ask for what you want, take what you get, ask again. Actor and comedian Jim Carrey was on the Larry King Live show in 2008, and he said the following: "I believe that everything that happens to you is the greatest thing that could ever happen to you. Everything, because that is exactly how the universe works. It gives you whatever you are in alignment with, and it's all designed to work on the weakest link you have." I think that's brilliant. I'm also going to read a paragraph from the book Think and Grow Rich by Napoleon Hill. He wrote about a secret that many successful people have discovered, which is that people attract what they think about. So here's what he says. Our feelings provide important clues about what we hold in our subconscious mind, what we really believe deep down. Our feelings are the force behind the manifestation process. Here's how the process works. Most people's thoughts and feelings arise in response to their immediate experience. Since daily life is full of little challenges like paying your bills, meetings that you need to attend, or issues that need resolving, people become preoccupied with solving problems rather than with thinking about or experiencing happiness and success. As a result, they create experiences to match their conscious and subconscious thoughts. Invariably, this leads them to experience even more challenges and disappointments. If you want to know what you deeply believe, simply look at your life. It's a reflection in a perfect but invisible mirror of beliefs you hold at the deepest level. Your mirror turns out to be your friends, your relatives, your family, your work, your talents, your possessions, your capabilities, your opportunities, everything in your life. I really enjoy that paragraph, and I think it speaks volumes to the work that we do here at iRestart. If we decide to subscribe to the philosophy that this is in fact a reflecting and refracting universe, then we also have to hold the presupposition that this universe is also a taking activated universe. When we have desires, goals, or dreams, we are asking for something. And then, when we create a plan on making that happen, we are moving toward the action of taking and ultimately receiving. The act of taking involves reaching. This is what the universe truly responds to. When you reach towards something you do not yet have, the universe attunes to your desires and begins the process of manifestation. Whatever the desire, goal, or dream is, when you decide you want something, you move toward having it, and in essence, you take it when it arrives. Aristotle coined the term entelechy, which simply means the condition of a thing whose essence is fully realized. In philosophy, it is the vital force that directs an organism towards self-fulfillment. So entelechy is part of the manifestation process, evidencing itself at its completion stage. Potentiality is simply a possibility a thing is said to have. So potential is the power or potency of a thing, and entelechy is the change or motion into which that potential manifests. One could take this a step further and look at two important symbols within the system of chakras, Shiva and Shakti. Chakra is an old Sanskrit term simply meaning wheel or circle. According to some schools of thought, there are 7 energy centers along the human body meridians. Shiva symbolizes consciousness, the masculine principle. Shakti symbolizes the activating power and energy, the feminine principle. So the key here is consciousness or potential exists everywhere at all times, which we could also call Shiva. Entelechy or energy is always available and ready, which we can also call Shakti. When the two combine, we have momentum, change, creation. We have transformation. Transformation is about the art of letting go to what no longer serves you and taking that which you desire. It's about noticing outdated models or patterns. It's about noticing that the repetition in a pattern you may be experiencing is the reflection within you that needs attention. Your unwanted pattern is an opportunity of potential, or Shiva, in the making. Once you have awareness or consciousness to the patterning that you no longer want, you invite the Shakti, the entelechy, the transformation to shift the pattern into something you do want. Letting go is not about giving up, feeling defeated, or having the attitude that you don't care. It's about fully honoring what is. It's about consenting to the current situation, not accepting, but consenting. Yes, there's a very distinct difference. That difference is acceptance could lead to defeatism, giving up, or indifference. But consenting is saying, even though this situation is so terrible, I will take the stance of allowing it to be exactly as it is. Right now, it may not feel good. At some point, when enough time has passed, I may begin to see the wisdom here. But for now I say, it is what it is. I say, okay. This might seem in direct conflict to what I talked about in the psychology track regarding the 5 stages of grief, where one of the stages is in fact acceptance. I believe that acceptance is tinged with a bit of, oh well, I cannot change, so I guess I'll just accept you or the situation. Consenting is a more advanced state of being, if you will, a more evolved state of being than acceptance. Is a stage where one no longer feels resistance or stuck with a person or situation. Rather, they have a constant level of allowing what is to be without the need to change the situation in that moment. They know they can always come back at a later point in time and ask to perhaps have their needs met, or they can posit a request, but for now, they are able to fully stay solidly in noticing what is simply is. There's another level above consenting called creational authority, and we'll talk about that in a later section. So we all have to start somewhere. We have to learn to roll over before we can learn to crawl, and crawl before we can walk. And as we're learning to walk, we typically need someone to hold our hand and model how walking is done. Consenting is choosing to stay in relationship with the other person even while they're being reactive. When they're snapping at you for the way you're driving, or that you didn't do a good job on a project, or that you're making them late. Consenting is saying okay to the situation and letting go of the need to be right or defend your actions when you're triggered.